Howdy, folks. Live from Big Top, Chautauqua, welcome to another episode of Tent Show Radio. I can't believe another year's going around. Is that a big top I see there lying on the ground? Ballyhoo. Ah, ballyhoo. Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by Travel Wisconsin. Smile a little wider with a Wisconsin getaway. Find mouth-watering dining ideas, must-see attractions, and endless accommodations at travelwisconsin.com or on our app for iPhone and Android. And by Norski Nook, specializing in Norwegian and American cuisine with heirloom recipes and pies made from scratch, with each crust rolled by hand. NorskiNook.com. And now here's your host of Tent Show Radio, best-selling author, humorist, singer-songwriter, and part-time pig farmer, Michael Perry.
Thank you, Phil, and howdy, Tent Show folks. Oh, it's great to be way up north here under the beautiful blue and pearl gray canvas, this fine, stout tent at the foot of Mount Ashwa Bay, overlooking the ancient waters surrounding the Apostle Islands and just one sailful of breeze away from Chequamegon Bay. The performance you're about to hear is one in a long, long tradition of singing, dancing, and storytelling performed live and in person beneath this beautiful tent. We keep her pitched from June until the autumn moons, and we'd be most grateful if you choose to join us. You'll find a complete schedule at bigtop.org. We hope you join us, and if you do, when the first note rises from the stage, we think you'll understand why patrons and performers alike love to say, Big Top Chautauqua. It's the Carnegie Hall of tent shows. Tonight on Tent Show Radio, we hit the road to bring you music from Blessed Feathers, Ida Joe, and the Big Top Chautauqua's own Blue Canvas Orchestra. Also, later on in the monologue, I'll tell you why you shouldn't go treasure hunting with a rototiller. Ladies and gentlemen, every now and then over the course of the year, we leave the world of genuine canvas for the world of figurative canvas and take Tent Show Radio on the road. The playing and singing and hooting and hollering you'll hear tonight was recorded live in Madison, Wisconsin, at the beautiful and flat-out fabulous Capitol Theater. First off this evening, a group as central to the Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua tent as the center pole itself. It's a pleasure to tour beside them, the Blue Canvas Orchestra and Singers.
This next song is from a show that we did here in this very theater quite a while ago. Our show about Wisconsin called 30th Star. And it starts like this. Wisconsin is an island. The long sheet, Lake Michigan. The big blue bowl, Superior. The sweet St. Croix and Mississippi to border the west. And even the bottom line was a sea of grass when I was brought here in a prairie schooner to the Isle of Wisconsin. Please remember.
On the big blue bowl, Superior, down the long green sheet, Lake Michigan, from the beautiful Isle, Wisconsin, we sail. Please remember, in the white-winged days, all the canvas we raised, and we sang to the hall of the deck morning light. Oh, up aloft high, this yard must go, and when it's up, we'll leave it so. We will run before the wind, Milwaukee to Sheboygan, by the docks of Manitowoc and the Sioux River's beach. And if we give her all the sheet, and the wind stays right, we'll make old Sturgeon Bay tonight. On the big blue bowl, Superior, down the long green sheet, Lake Michigan, from the beautiful Isle, Wisconsin, we sail. Please remember,
when the Sioux locks opened, we ran the upper lake. Superior City, we watched that harbor grow. In the grain trade, the ore from Mesabi, on steamships with all the old schooners in tow. Out long in the night, shone the Devil's Island light, a night black as a Bible in the Apostle Islands. Up come the wind, and we turned to run in to the lee of the long bay to warm again.
on the big blue bowl, Superior, down the long green sheet, Lake Michigan, from the beautiful Isle, Wisconsin, we sail. Please remember,
of the western side, on the wide great river, in the steamboating, paddle-wheeling, dealing days, we were rafting and towing and showboat showing and loading freight and passengers. By old Tremblow, we'd go steaming by, next bend in the river in the pilot's eye. But there's witchery in that mighty Mississippi, one slip and it's the old boat's last trip.
there's Granddad's Bluff, from where you can see 3 states all around, and you can see me on the levee at the cross, walking uptown. Too long on the river we come down. From the upper reaches of the lower St. Croix, we lay one night at Prescott.
It's good for the boys.
Said the captain to the river as he pulled round the whistle, steam engines humming, here steamboats are coming down this is your captain. Be our last trip together. Death's door at Pilot Island we're sailing through. Home port now is the safe harbor heaven. I'm afraid I won't be seeing some of you.
Captain, may I ask you one thing? It's your call to us to spread the white wings, but it's our souls in the hold we throw to the sails. Tell us who in the wind is singing on the big blue ball Superior, down the long green sheet Lake Michigan. From the beautiful Isle Wisconsin we sail. Please remember the big blue ball Superior, down the long green sheet Lake Michigan. From the beautiful Isle Wisconsin we sail. Please remember.
This is old floating days. For St. Croix, Mega One, Mississippi Ram. 13 strings sold down the river to a mill in Muscatine. All the way through to St. Louis, from the Stillwater boom, any mill in between. Any mill. Long raft, lumber raft, keep it in the trough. Don't lose it in the blow, don't wanna break up on an island. I once pulled an oar for Stephen Hine. He was Abraham Lincoln's cousin. In the old floating days, yes he was. Before the towboats began, we were pulling on the anchor line, rowing these rafts by hand. Soon the rafts were plugged with the rafting fleets. Captain Hanks was the sweetest pilot of them all. I'll reach and the money's made about face. Hitch a ride on a pack it back. Back up to the St. Croix Pottery. Tie up layover in Prescott. Tie one on, take our whiskey knee. That's how we like it. Towboat, scented men were hitching up Bristol New Road. to a million musketeers. All the way to the St. Louis, from a Stillwater boom to any mill in between. Any mill. Fare thee well. Oh, fare thee well. Fare thee well to the Boomsot, Pockpole River, Rock Break, Migration.
Corey Carlson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blue Canvas Orchestra. You sound so good, even outside the canvas. Our next musical act this evening is a duo. Their backstory is a blend of many threads, including faith shaken and faith grown and love found and worldly possessions locked up so that the feet might be set free. It is, if you dig deeply enough, even a story of life in a tent. But of course, it's most of all a story of music made, music played, and music brought to the stage for us this very evening by, please welcome them now, Blessed Feathers.
Last time I saw you was in the Salvation Army. I was stealing clothes and looking hungry. You were buying incense and fake palm trees, and you were nervous. Tell me about your new religion. Your mind was racing like two old pigeons, skimming garbage with indecision. That was Champaign, Illinois. You just had your baby boy. He's getting big, he's making noise, and you won't stop buying all those stupid toys. Like he knows the diff between a simple stick and all that Chinese ish she's shoving in between his lips. We're busting up old air conditioners, singing songs with no listeners, picking fights with my big sisters, stripping copper wire, recycling ball tires, fake shotguns with hair dryers, and 3-yard sales with no buyers. I've been wishing you would reappear in my life, sunburned like pumpkin pie, making beer runs at breakfast time. But I remember we ain't all that alive and well. I took our ashes to show and tell, just to watch all my friends run like hell. I saw you was in the old Walgreens parking lot, staring up at the red box box, trying to pick yourself a movie that your girlfriend would want to watch. Everybody's looking at the baby's face while she shoves another piece of chocolate cake. She's laughing harder than a dizzy race on an old 1980-something Super 8. I would bet that you forgot about those. The same thing happened to the radio. We needed money, so you let it go. I'm sorry, mama, that you had to sink so low. I'm sorry, baby, that we had to sink so low. I'm sorry, baby, that we ever sank so low. 'Cause everyone I love is you. 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 Everybody's surfing on the internet, and all I wanna do is put this song to rest. If I was any good, I wouldn't need the press. Oh, this awful 9-to-5er cooking food I get. Tried to make you supper nice and romantic, but lit the kitchen on fire just a little bit. I'm throwing pennies in the tub so I can make a wish. I'm sorry, all my love is turning out like this. I'm sorry, all my love is turning out like this. I'm sorry, all my cooking always tastes like shit. Everyone I love is you. 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 Everybody's looking at the quarterback, what he used to be before his time went past. But now he's someone else's trailer trash, drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon in a paper bag. Every night he tries to overdose on wild cherry flavored cans of Coke. Marathons of all his favorite TV shows. It's hard to think of any better way to go. It's hard to think of any better way to go. It's hard to think of any better way to go. Thank you all very much. I find myself singing about my parents a lot of the time because for a few different reasons I haven't been able to talk to them in a while. And those last two songs we played that shows here and there, and all of these songs are from a new record that we put out this spring, which we have up online or in the overture here tonight. But we thank you all for being here, and this song is called Wide World. And Jackie will take the lead here.
You are listening to Tent Show Radio.
Welcome back to Tent Show Radio, folks, from the backstage dressing room with the one lonely little light bulb burning. In the course of recording the show you're hearing this evening, I had been traveling and living out of hotel rooms for the better part of a month, and having just returned home on a sunny spring day, was looking forward to being a fake farmer for the afternoon. I say fake for a lot of reasons, including the fact that this will be the third summer my road schedule won't allow time for raising pigs. For now I raise theoretical pigs, a real streamliner chore-wise, although the bacon runs a tad thin. My crops consist of 2 garden patches and a scattering of oats, and the tractor I was running is half a notch above lawn size and furthermore belongs to my mother-in-law. Other than that, I am the real deal. After greasing the rear-mounted tiller, I set out for the smaller garden patch. Over the years, we've turned it into fair soil, in part by the annual addition of leaf compost. Using scraps of garden fencing, I built 2 little hoops to hold the leaves. I was reminded of this fact when I was backing the tiller into place and heard a snaky, screechy sound, which in fact turned out to be the wire hoops being sucked into the whirling tiller teeth. How a guy fails to spot 2 wire hoops in a barren garden is a discussion I am not interested in having right now. Right there in the moment, I was busy breathing deeply the country air and doing my best to exhale stress rather than swears or spit. In short, I was one red-faced yogi. Disengaging the power takeoff, I drove to the pole barn and fetched the wire nippers. In fact, things went better than expected. The small gauge wire snipped away easily, and in 10 minutes I was back in the saddle. I finished the small plot and moved to the oat patch. After harvesting the oats last fall, we ran chickens on this field, moving them from spot to spot with a portable fencing system that is part store-bought and part my own invention. My part consists of 5-foot posts made out of 3/8-inch steel rebar with a custom 90-degree angle handle that allows them to be easily pushed into the earth. As I made my first pass with the tiller, it was nice to think of all that natural chicken enrichment spinning into the topsoil. This time, there was no screeching. The sound was more thunderous and car-crashy, similar, I suppose, to the sound of twin 55-gallon oil drums being attacked with riot batons by angry heavy metal gods on speed. I nearly dislocated my hip, I stomped the clutch so fast. Of all the 3/8-inch rebar posts we used last fall, I remembered to pick up all but 2 of them, which puts me somewhere around a 92% success rate, an A in anybody's book. But when I knelt down and lifted the shield on that tiller and saw the 2 overlooked posts wrapped around the shaft of that tiller tighter than a codependent anaconda, definitely felt like an F. I shall count it an eternal blessing that neither my wife nor my children were home to hear the lamentations that then arose, although I cannot speak for the farmer in the valley below, and indeed his beef cows may still be a little wide-eyed. But here's the thing. Within 5 minutes I had cooled down and was grinning, because I knew this little event was going to make a handful of people very happy. I require a lot of tricks to get through this life, and the one I'm most grateful for is the working-class knucklehead fatalism so many of us grew up with, wherein the worse your luck, excluding actual fatalities, the better the story, and the greater the delight of those on your wavelength. In other words, my brothers were going to love this. There is no removing a 3/8-inch rebar with nippers, or even, as I quickly discovered, a hacksaw and bolt cutters. So I called my neighbor Denny, who lives right down the hill and has a cutting torch. When he asked what the problem was, I told him I'd just let him see for himself, but that it involved a power tiller and 2 5-foot pieces of rebar. The way he giggled made me think he'd probably enjoy meeting my brothers. Indeed, when I parked outside his shop and he lifted the shield and laid eyes on the astounding ferrous snarl, his face lit up and he said, "Ho ho, that's a good one." The cutting torch made quick work of the mess, and the rest of that patch is tilled now. Made it through snarl-free. On Sunday evening, our family got together, as we often do. Nothing amps up your bad luck story like tangible evidence of tragedy, so naturally I'd taken several before and after photos. As my brothers passed the cell phone around and everyone haw-hawed at my ineptitude, I couldn't have been happier. And Denny definitely gets an invite to the next family reunion. And now, leading us into the second half of our Madison show, a woman who began begging her parents for violin lessons at the age of 6. You'll be glad she did. Inflecting her classical training with her Finnish training and flat-out fiddling, and adding her own strong, soulful vocals, it is my pleasure to introduce Ida Joe.
I've always been a stranger. Yes, I'm a passenger of time. I have always found meaning in what will never again be mine. What is good you can't hold on to. What is right you have to let it go. What is real is only in a moment. What is true we're all passing through. What is true we're all passing through. Was never good at leaving. No, I could never say goodbye till I started believing in what comes when you let something die. So what is good can't hold on to. What is right, you have to let it go. What is real is only in a moment. What is true, we're all passing through. What is true, we're all passing through. What is good can't hold on to. What is right, you have to let it go. What is real is only in a moment. What is true, we're all passing through. What is true, we're all passing through. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I'm Ida Jo, and this is Scott Lamps, and it's a great pleasure to be here tonight. I realized earlier during the sound check that this really is the Midwestern girl's dream gig. So thanks so much to Big Top and to 10 Show for having us. I have a brand new record that just came out yesterday. I just picked it up, and so we're excited to play all new songs for you tonight. And I wrote this next one in really quite a low place for me, a really depressed place, and I don't know, wasn't good. But what I realized later, after it was written and when I was recording it, and now that actually it wasn't as depressed of a place as I thought it was, or as depressed of a time. Really, it was just written in February. And so this is What Good Is Happiness. What good is happiness when it can't buy you money? What good is freedom when you're stuck in yourself? What good is a high when it comes with a low? What good is loving someone when they're just gonna go? What good is patience when it keeps you waiting? What good is a moment when it's gone with the next? What good is searching when you'll never know? What good is loving someone when it's all for show? What good is one when it's one in a million? What good is doing when you come undone? What good is being in when you're in it too deep? What good is a promise when it won't keep? Yeah, what good is happiness when it can't buy you money? What good is freedom when you're stuck in yourself? What good is a high when it comes with a low? What good is loving someone when they're just gonna go? What good is loving someone when they're just gonna go? What good is loving someone when they're just gonna go? Thank you. I never imagined this would be the life I'd lead. On the road of uncertainty, trying to recognize familiar things. Well, there's hope in darkness, and I guess that's how nature sings. Well, there's something to be said for this emptiness we feel deep in what we've got. We find our will. We are not pushing forward, we're not standing still. No, we are not pushing forward, we're not standing still. I never imagined I'd be trying to let go. On the road of uncertainty, faith in darkness when it's the only song left to sing. Well, there's something to be said for this emptiness we feel deep in what we've got. We find our way. We are now pushing forward. We're not standing still. No, we are now pushing forward. We're not standing still. No, we are now pushing forward. We're not standing still. No, we are now pushing forward. We're not standing still. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ida Joe. I'm going to bring the band back out here. And once again, Michael Perry.
Thank you.
Shaman girl on the sidewalk with her baby at her side. Could you love a man in blue jeans, tattered shirt and a cluttered mind? Bottom line, given time, we'll be fine. I am staring at the canyon. I am bringing you to mind. I am looking for an answer. I see rocks and sky and time, and I find as a raven flies, so do I. Hey, baby, I am straight 3/4 time. Hey, baby, I can be deaf, dumb, and blind, but I fly high, oh, I fly high, oh, I fly. I'll walk the line. Boatman, can you read the river? I hear rapids round the bend. Steady hand on the tiller. A little luck and a little dread. Clouds are said. Now I lay my head on the wedding bed. Should I grow to be an old man, chasing echoes of your heart, I close my eyes and see us walking in New Orleans after dark. You and me, cheek to cheek,
New Orleans. Hey, baby, I am straight 3/4 time. Hey, baby, I can be deaf, dumb, and blind, but I fly, how I fly, how I fly. A true line. Yeah, I walk the line. Deaf, dumb, and blind, but I fly, how I fly, how I fly. A true line, I walk the line. Shaman girl is on my doorstep, her baby at her side. She is thinking she could love me. My tattered shirt, my cluttered mind. Bottom line, given time, we'll be fine.
Michael Perry with the Blue Canvas Orchestra. From the top of Wisconsin, Tent Show Radio is a production of the nonprofit Lake Superior Big Top Chautauqua, the summer home of Tent Show Radio. Funding support for Tent Show Radio is provided by Travel Wisconsin. Smile a little wider with a Wisconsin getaway. Find mouth-watering dining ideas, must-see attractions, and endless accommodations at travelwisconsin.com or on our app for iPhone and Android. And we're brought to you by the Bayfield Chamber and Visitor Bureau, Bayfield, Wisconsin. Offering sailing and kayaking among 22 pristine islands, gourmet restaurants, art galleries, and historic lodging. Information online at bayfield.org. And we're brought to you by the Bayfield Inn, located on the shoreline of Lake Superior, proudly hosting Bayfield's visitors for nearly 100 years. Rooftop deck bar and events for all occasions. Online at thebayfieldinn.com. Tune in next time on your radio or online. Station locations, Big Top Summer Show schedule, online ticketing, and touring schedule of the Blue Canvas Orchestra at bigtop.org or by calling 1-888-BIG-TENT. Or stay in touch with us on Facebook at facebook.com/BigBlueTent. Tent Show Radio is produced by Tom Fabchance, Michael Perry, Jamie Hansen, and yours truly, Philip Anich.
Well, folks, that's our show for tonight. Whether you join us in the tent or join us in the air, whether you beam us or stream us, we're as grateful as a guy who knows a guy with a cutting torch. Remember, the Big Top is open all summer long and into autumn and has been for going on 3 decades now. We'd love it if you came up and or over for a show. And if you're traveling by World Wide Web, I'd be grateful if you dropped by to visit me, your grateful Tent Show radio host, at sneezingcow.com. Yep, just the way it sounds. I'm going to head on back home now and give the neighbors a laugh. Drive careful. If you can't drive careful, watch out for the other guy. We'll see you next time, and remember, where I come from and here at Tent Show Radio, nobody ever says goodbye. They just say, well, I suppose.